ain't break from the sticks and stones they do. Anything that you can do, I can do it better than you. No matter what I do, achieve, still got something to prove. I spent the check on the diamond cross, but still ain't paid my dues. Gotta be number one, number two never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna call my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, got enough juice to end the drought. Yeah. I buy like 23. Won't fall again, and I put that on me. Yeah. I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. That's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Come for the win, can't take another L.
Today, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Baltimore Ravens.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns and...
I'm connected. I just need to do something really quick.
Oh, you look nice.
Thanks.
Hi, Mommy.
Okay, awesome.
Mommy, ball.
Your ball?
Yeah, ball team.
Your ball game?
Yeah. Ball team party. Ball team fun.
I need to go in really
Ball
quick.
team fun. My ball team.
Yeah, calm
So
down.
now I'm going to be okay to work from home.
Nice.
Won't you let me?
Bobby. Down, up here. People, up my beep, beep, beep,
Oh my goodness. This is the hardest level. Stop! You want me to beat this?
Daddy, get a beep. That means beep. Honey, beep. Dancing. I want it. No paper. No paper.
Here, have mom do it.
No. Mommy.
When she's done with her, whatever she's done.
Mommy, Pop.
Whenever she's done with whatever she's
He
done.
wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Mommy.
Yep, I'm gonna do it. Don't.
And a nice spin into some open field. 30, 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown,
There, stop.
Pittsburgh.
Or she's not going to do it.
His 9th touchdown of the season, and the Steelers have taken a first quarter lead. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lines.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
Get that, baby.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard
Get
line.
that, baby.
Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
Eluding the pressure right. And his throw is incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and it's second down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had the incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 36 yards.
That is definitely what we call on defense an eye. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson. When you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is,
You can do it. Just slow down.
Try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And he fires one incomplete. Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot.
Fair, just give her a second. She's about to help you with
Gain
it.
of 13, it's a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offense.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown.
Hey, you want the rest of the juice, man?
17th touchdown now on the season. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game.
All receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. That time a 6-play drive, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will make it into the end zone, and he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And coming off a one-play drive, it was so deflating for the defense. What's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that
is a move.
Being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would like to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field. And
no.
And this is what you want to see from a defense.
Before we got this one.
But you have been spoken about shit lately. I know you had.
No, not this one.
Give
no.
up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about
Wait,
them going back
no,
out there,
the other
recommitting
bad.
themselves to the task at hand?
I was like, yo, she never gave you a weed back for that one time.
a 42-yard
He
punt,
was knocked out.
on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven
Hey,
offense
guys,
set it
no,
up for this next drive. Last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown. Now they'll have a chance to move on in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and
nutty.
put it on
That's why you
display.
keep going to school. That's why you got to get in like 20
That's when
seconds.
you
You
kind
will
of
be
find
high.
out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play.
So, I always smoking. I'm be smoking yo all the time. So to go to sleep with. It's like that.
You know you can do it.
Try to get a nugget. Don't we even. Yo, what the fuck I said?
I'm doing it.
Yo, stop fucking playing with me, yo.
You gotta hold it.
You smoke that much. I ain't smoke shit. That shit do. You still on my shit too.
I don't admit.
That shit do.
Baby.
3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay,
Over here,
I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
You don't catch me on.
Jackson from the
You don't catch
shotgun. Flush to his right.
You don't catch me, you beat.
They'll find Metcalf. They're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 27 yards there, a first down.
We talk about mobility
Talking
in
that
quarterbacks all the
mode.
time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Jackson on first down.
No, you're
5
not.
time to his left.
Live.
What the heck? Get the ball
This
up.
one is down he goes.
What else? Stupid
No
ass.
matter what a situation the O-line just hates that because they feel like they can protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys that they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward.
Stop screaming.
Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use it. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
Escaping the pressure right. He's going deep. It's caught at the 10. And they will finally catch him, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone, and that's exactly what he did there.
14. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Ravens 14, Steelers 7.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Taken down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete.
Schuster.
Now, how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 39-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
He's tackled at the 30.
Nice job there on the tackle, keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
And sack.
Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, this team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through, and I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. DK Metcalf with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
You're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks if I'm not mistaken, correct? But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Oliver. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
At the 17-yard line.
Hitting Juju on the slant. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Back to throw again. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
And just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. 4 seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 24.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And just like that, on we head to half number 2. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Ravens take over first and 10.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their own 24. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
3-yard pickup. Brings up second and 7.
From the gun. Pressure right. A short throw. Takes us up to the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
He'll run it. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield. But then
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, well, he had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play. And maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved a first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
Over first and 10. At their own.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Now, last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So, in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well.
Holding offense. Oh, why are we doing this?
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Operating from the gun. Jackson, flush to his right. It's complete to Brown, right side. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we've seen both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. And I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jackson flushed out right. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right?
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
Justin Matabike
In there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. On play action, they'll throw. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll get him down here at the 23. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Play with the score, Ravens 28, Steelers 14.
On 2nd down, it's Price. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Devin Duvernay, the intended receiver.
That'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
And to give this time to the tailback. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Man, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
To throw again, Jackson. Being chased out left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. From the gun, Jackson steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And it's caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Jackson now. From the gun, he'll throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. Baltimore. DK Metcalf. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Ravens, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they hit double digits in losses as they fall to 5-10. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.
Here for the keeps, had to make out with a feast, a family to feed. Third cold with a trophy should be. EA got me in the game now. Read on with the gang now. They're here with a lane now. My home second with a rain now. Legendary on the field. Kind of drip is a skill. It's the highest cruiser bill. Ain't nothing just